This is a Headgum original.
Roland Atkinson.
Oh, that's good. New year, new me. This episode comes out on January 6th. What has 2023 had to hold for y'all so far, would you say?
Hold on 1 second. My dog wants to go outside. Casey can answer.
What has 2023 held for me so far?
What has it had to hold for you?
What's today's date? January 6th?
Yes, January 6th. It'd be
never
so
forget.
funny if this is coming out as another insurrection happens. We've got Casey Donahue on mic on Zoom for the first time ever, I think.
No, that's not true.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been on the show on Zoom before?
Yes. In the same exact chair.
That's
Marika
definitely
Brownlee joining
true.
us late. We said 2:15.
You started?
We said 5:10 Eastern. She joined at 5:14. Wanted
I
to
was
be
in
known
a
for the
meeting.
record. Okay, well, I didn't know that, so I wouldn't have put you on blast. But ultimately, it is kind of funny to have you shocked. I thought.
True.
Did you
I was
hear?
mostly shocked because Amir wasn't in the room.
No,
And you're
I was-
lucky I already started recording.
Casey and I were just talking about how this is the first episode of 2023, right? So we're coming in with that bang of energy, that sort of like post New Year's Eve hangover.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's
Not
to pull back the curtain too much, but it's mid-December when we're
That's
recording
true.
this, so we don't have that energy in us. as much
right.
as
I'm
we-
actually pretty fucking exhausted, actually.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
cramming in a bunch of stuff before you leave or something?
Yeah, because I'm trying to take 3 weeks off this year instead of 2. So it's been sort of, I mean, Casey gets the producer grind. Everybody thinks that all I do every week is just show up for the records that you see, but I actually do all the editing on most of them. This all being said,
That's
I'm
where the
exhausted.
magic happens.
That's where the tragic happens. The tragic happens on mic, and then the magic happens on the editing bay. But anyway, I'm gonna really need your guys' help because Uncle Jeffrey's energy is at an all-time low, Marika style.
Nice.
That was an all-time low reference, but also I guess it works with the fact that you're kind of deadpan.
I assumed it was just an all-time low reference. So that's cool.
This episode is going to be a little shorter just because I feel like we all have a heart out.
No, I think it's just you. You're overworked, overstressed. And like, it's almost like all the work you've done to make sure you have 3 weeks off is firing. Yeah.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
just had a
Actually-
hard in.
Yeah. I actually do have a heart out to see Avatar, The Way of Water. So,
Yeah. Casey, do you want to
Avatar
talk
too.
about?
Have you seen the first one recently?
Not recently, but I was just in Pandora a mere 2 days ago. So that was kind of my
I've
refresher.
never been there. How is it? Is it cool?
It's the area is really like beautifully done, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Flight
Is
of
this like a
Passage
pop-up?
No, I was at Disney World, Animal Kingdom, which has the new Avatar land.
Nice.
Yeah. The Flight of Passage, I would say, was okay. Kind of just, I liked some of the mechanics of the ride, but I thought I don't like wearing glasses on top of my glasses, which
Oh,
you had
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
The 3D.
Yeah. Which was a little annoying, but it was fun.
Is that the
It was
one with the Navi animatronic that looks real?
No.
That's
one,
the Hall of Presidents.
the worst ride that I went on. Easily. And this is why
Really? In the whole park?
animatronic, yes, the animatronic, best part. Super cool. I don't know what her deal is. I don't know what character that is because there's no story to the ride. You get in a little boat and you go sailing down a little river. She's like one of 2 animatronics. The other one I think is Jake Sully at the beginning who like says one word, obviously in the Navi language, so I don't know what he's saying. And then the rest of the like like moving things are screens that show like little animals or like Navi people in the distance kind of running, and that was upsetting. And then the thing that made me really actually mad about this ride was that the the entire ride where you're like riding through Pandora, there was a like concrete path along the water, like that is probably used for like anyone working there. Geoff is leaving, he's pissed off. I'm gonna keep talking. But there's like a concrete path in the middle of like Pandora, which is supposed to be beautiful, like all these glowing plants, and it's just like fucking white concrete. Like paint it at the very least. And he said not interesting. I think it is kind of interesting.
I'm very interested in this actually.
Casey does love Podcast the Ride, right?
Yeah, I love. Yeah,
So-
shout out to Podcast the Ride. I love themed attractions.
Me too. So obviously some people do care about this. There is a whole podcast about it. And yeah, that was my experience. I had a really good slushie. That was fun.
Sick.
Yeah.
This was in Florida?
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
That's funny.
Not really though, right?
All right, what do you
He's
want to talk
gone,
about,
and
Geoff?
He's gone.
Glad you asked.
I was gonna ask if we should just do it.
My Bond of the Week is Guy Fieri.
Didn't you say
That's
that?
good.
Did I?
Sounds familiar.
Did I say that last week? Because I thought it'd be funny if it was like diners, drives, or sorry, it would be criers because Bond died in the last one. Gadgets and dimes. So it's like people mourning the loss of people in the Bond universe because people die in Bond all the time. And then it's like gadgets because he always has like a new watch that has some kind of capability or a car that can go underwater into a submarine. And then dimes because he's sort of having a lot of head.
Having a lot of what?
Head. I'm assuming that the Bond girls that he has sex with go down on him.
Mm-hmm.
But what
you
was the
think-
word? Dimes?
Sorry, it's crying, gadgets, and dimes.
But dimes has nothing to do with oral sex, right? It's just
Like dimes, like Bond girls, like tens.
yeah, but you're
Sure.
like I said dimes because I assume he's getting a lot of head.
Yeah, you said that.
Right.
It's also Dimes is the only one that is like remotely close to dives.
Yeah, diners and criers.
It's criers, gadgets, and dimes. So it's Guy Fieri, and he's like,
Yeah, we got it.
yeah.
Drive-ins as gadgets.
And then he's like, bam. Like when it's like,
That's Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad Bond.
Emerald? What about a New Orleans Bond? So instead of New Orleans Jazz, it's New Orleans
Yeah,
James.
get Daniel Craig to be his New Orleans character.
Benoit Blanc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as
Oh,
Bond.
yeah.
New Orleans James. What are you guys' Bonds of the week?
Jarvis Landry.
The NFL quarterback?
Yeah, he's a wide
Not quarterback,
receiver, but
wide
yeah,
receiver.
football player. Yeah.
Why?
Name is because his nickname is Juice.
Okay.
So imagine Juice Bonds. Or
And you
is
didn't
it
want, you
Bond
could have
or
said
Bonds?
OJ.
No, that would be kind of fucked up. He's a murderer.
You just asked if it was Bonds with an S.
Yeah, is it like James Bond or is James Bonds? Like Barry
Obviously
Bonds.
the first.
Actually, Barry Bonds would be pretty good.
Barry Bonds would be good. I feel like the energy is sour. Let's keep things going with a major keeler.
You're making it sour.
Major keeler. When you don't have the energy, push
I said
through
you're
until you
making
get
it
sick.
sour.
My Bond of the week is going to be Salt Bay, actually.
That's really good.
Salt Bond.
Imagine James Bond adding
He's
some
got-
Malden to a fucking tomahawk.
The 007 logo font, but it's NACL.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
I mean, have you seen have you seen any of his restaurants?
Yeah, he's like way too intense at them, right?
Well, that, but also as a self-proclaimed font nerd, I do have to say that the font for his restaurant logo is the font Bleeding Cowboy, which was cool in the early 2000s, and it looks bad. So that's my hot take. But imagine the Bond logo and Bleeding Cowboy.
Yeah. So we've got Guy Fieri, we've got Salt Bae, we've got Barry Bonds / Jarvis Landry. Casey, who's your Bond of the week?
I'm going to go with Mike White, the creator
Yeah.
of The White Lotus and also Survivor contestant.
Yeah. That's really good.
He's in the zeitgeist.
Yeah,
He's in the Mike Geist.
sure.
I don't think he deserves to be Bond.
You don't think he deserves to be Bond?
No.
Why not?
But Barry Bonds does?
Yeah, because Barry Bonds can hit dingers.
Okay, good point.
Lefty, choke up, Oppo taco.
Yeah, what he said.
Into
Amir.
McCovey coat.
Have you ever watched a baseball game?
Not a full game, but I've seen clips.
Oh, okay.
And have you?
Not clips, but I've heard about all the shit that goes down. What's your beef with White Mike?
White Mike White.
I haven't watched season 2 of The White Lotus, but I've gone on
Marika,
record.
that's crazy.
I've
Remember
gone
the
on
other week?
record as not liking season 1 of The White Lotus. I thought it was bad television, and
Wow.
I'm happy to say it.
Wow.
I'm sorry to Megan Fahey. I'm sorry to Aubrey Plaza, and all the other people out there. Your new friend,
Adam DeMarco, shout out.
Yeah, he seems nice. I'm probably not going to watch it. Maybe I
will
will.
say-
I don't know.
Does it change anything that a lot of people love it?
No.
Here's what I will say, Marika. I also didn't like season 1, and
Oh.
season 2 is some of the best TV I've seen this year.
Wow.
Well, here's what I'll
Wow.
say. We were just talking to Emma, and she said she didn't like season 1 but loved season 2. Or sorry, the reverse. She liked season 1 more than season 2. So everyone's different.
Jeff's melting.
with the white.
Major key alert. Don't trust anything Foley says, because a lot of what Emma has to say is on par with Foley artists' work on the day, right? So it's like, it's not
So
real.
good.
It's
Really?
not real.
Well, it's
What she
impressive.
says is not real. And that goes for everything she says, not just the things I disagree with.
Marika, you also watch a lot of trash.
Major key alert. Emma's not the only one who says things that aren't real.
Go on. What trash do I watch?
Like, I
It's
feel like
true.
whenever we talk about stuff,
Major
like,
key
yeah, I saw
alert.
that,
One of the
I
other
saw that.
people
I
in
didn't
my
even
life
like
that
it, but I
don't say
saw
things that are
Oh,
real
I saw that.
is Amir, because
Yeah.
Amir's constantly ribbing me in public, and that's like nonsense.
Why
Because
are
I'm
you
actually a pretty
interrupting
nice
the
guy.
conversation we were having?
Major key alert. Be conscious of when you're interrupting, because that makes what you're saying or what you're trying to say, which is that you're actually a nice person,
Yeah.
seem untrue.
Marika, I don't know what TV you watch, but we stay up to date on the movies. What
We
what
do-
TV do you like?
It's a good question.
I love Succession. I think
Okay.
that is a very good show.
Yeah.
I have a lot of, I don't know. I love Bob's Burgers. That's like the show that I've maybe kept up with for the longest steady period of time.
Did you like the
Um,
movie?
I did like the movie. That was really cute and fun. I don't know. I watched some of the classics, but I also
Who's the boss?
Huh?
Three's Company.
Whose
Not
line is
those
it anyway?
classics.
All in the Family.
No.
Alf.
Toys R Us
I'll-
commercials.
Oh my god. My favorite
Alf.
television show
Alf.
is, I know it's not a good quality show, but it's Merlin on BBC.
Right. So
I've
like
never
heard of it.
example. Yeah.
The
obviously.
In-Betweeners. Ever watch The In-Betweeners? That's
Never
a
heard
classic
of
British
this
TV
either.
show. Of course. Psych is great.
Psych
We
is great.
also like Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers is great.
Faulty Towers is good. I don't
What'd you
watch
say?
it.
I feel like
Mhm.
Succession is a very decent comp for White Lotus. It's rich white people acting a fool.
Yeah, but it's actually good social commentary as opposed to White Lotus.
hit the wow sound effect. Of course, hit the wow.
I like
Hit
Veep.
the wow. Wait,
You
yeah,
haven't
here we go.
seen the second season. You don't know how if it's
I thought the first one
hit him with a
was
whoa wow.
bad.
But this one takes place in Italy.
Yeah, so
It's
So at the
beautiful.
very least, Italy's in it.
I mean, I guess it's nice that it's not dealing with like having to reconcile with the land of like people of color, like native people, as opposed to just Italy. That
There you
makes
go.
it.
It's just anybody can make fun of Italians. We do it here
Yeah.
all the time. That's basically the log line of this podcast.
All right, 30 seconds on the board. We all have to go off on Italians.
No.
Here we go.
No.
Starting with Amir. Go.
Oh shit. I mean, I guess the food, while great, is a little repetitive. It seems like it's just a series of shapes, more so than any real diversity in the food. We can all agree on that, right? Like pasta is a specific ingredient. It's just sometimes it's in a tube, sometimes it's a corkscrew, sometimes it's long thread. It's delicious, obviously. Who doesn't like bread and sauce and cheese? But it can be like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm being too offensive when I say there could be some variety within, yeah. And I mean, like, that's it, 30 seconds. But
Game over.
You're canceled. You're done. Marika, Casey, and I are not gonna do it. Let's take a quick break and let's.
I am Italian
Yeah.
also. So.
Yeah, so you
So
also
am
offended
I.
someone in the room on the Zoom. We'll be right back.
Said
This is
so unconfidently.
fucked up.
I love gnocchi.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, shout out BetterHelp, shout out therapy, shout out all of y'all who are already in therapy or even considering therapy for taking that first step. Because again, I am such a huge proponent of therapy. It's fun, honestly, to get to know yourself more, and it also just makes life easier, truly, to know yourself, to know how you react to things positively and negatively, to know what makes you happy so you can pursue that, to know how to deal with more difficult emotions so that they're not as bad as they could be. That's why I'm in therapy every week. Could not recommend it more. And that's where BetterHelp comes in to y'all's life, right? Because when you're at your best, you can do great things. But sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way you want to. I know I've felt that way. Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. This is what I've been saying. I don't know if BetterHelp, if your copywriters have been listening to my ads, but shout out. This is 100% true, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything that life throws at you, and things don't feel so perilous. They're actually, there's a lightness to life. So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and if you don't like them, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. So visit betterhelp.com/what's that? Again, that's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/what's that? Thanks, BetterHelp.
I'd love to get to the bottom of this.
We're back. On the commercial break, Marika asked, is gnocchi Italian? So that's where we're at today. We should
if you
also
watch
say...
White Lotus season 2, you would know that there's 3 episodes about whether gnocchi is Italian or not, and they get into it.
Yeah,
And that's good television.
the first one is
It
them
is
figuring it
Italian.
out that it's not Italian, and the second one is them realizing they were wrong and that it actually is Italian, and then the third one is them second guessing both decisions, and that was the season finale.
Mm.
That was easy.
Scotland's Cullen skink is the comforting dish you need this winter.
Cullen skink.
Cullen skink? Is that what you said?
Cullen skink.
What is that?
Have you guys ever indulged in a nice creamy bowl of clam chowder?
Of course.
I
What
don't
about
like that.
a French
Not for me.
bisque filled with all sorts of shellfish and spices?
I'm out.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then Casey specifically, have you ever had a Flemish seafood water zooey?
No. No. I
Sorry,
haven't.
can you say that last word?
Well, if you
Wa-
water
Did you say
zooey?
water zool?
It's Waterzoi.
Oh, water zooey. Oh,
Well, if you guys have had the opportunity to indulge in any of these, you'll have a pretty good idea of what Cullen skink is like.
If
Okay.
Sounds
anything,
like some
I'm
sort
more
of
confused.
seafood.
You went from a creamy soup to a water suey.
It's like a shellfish stew.
The
What about
three
gumbo?
most important ingredients of Cullen skink are potatoes, fish, and cream. Can we all agree on that?
I'm out.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
some recipes also call for onions or greens, but yeah, those are the main three ingredients
Sorry,
that are
they're
in all
not
skinks.
flavoring with
Huh?
an onion or a green.
What's that?
They're not flavoring with an onion or a green in the traditional recipe.
In the
No,
tradition,
thank you.
it just revolves around fish, potatoes, and cream.
Yeah,
And then you can
gotta
add or
give that
subtract from
base.
there.
you gotta
this
add
is-
that
this is
base of
Scottish?
flavor.
Scottish, yeah, and the name of it is Cullen skink.
uh-huh. Have you had it?
I just learned about it today. I just thought it'd be interesting to see if you guys had any experience. I've
Oh,
been to
yeah.
Scotland. I didn't even hear about Cullen skink. Maybe
I feel
didn't go to the right
nauseous
places.
every time you describe what it is. I don't want
What, Cullen
cream
skink?
and- yeah, it's like clams and cream. It sounds awful.
No, it's a cream
That's-
base
yeah,
Clam
hot,
chowder.
hot
with hot
milk and
fish.
shellfish.
and ultimately cold
Literally
potatoes.
clam chowder.
Yeah,
So
disgusting to me.
hot cream, cold potato,
Mm-hmm.
hot
and
fish.
and a fucking
Yes, the
shell
potatoes are cooked in the cream. over time.
Stop
Okay.
it.
It's skink.
I know what it is. Talk about other shit. Feel sick to my
Wow,
stomach.
Amir went off on Italians. Now he's taking it to the Scottish.
I don't
None
get,
of
like,
my
bring
none
it
of my
all on.
ancestors are safe.
No. There goes that ad revenue.
We don't get that much ad revenue from the YouTube.
I mean, it's not insignificant.
This just in, per Nat Geo, sunflowers make bees poop a lot. And here's why that's good. The flower's pollen works like a medicine for bumblebees afflicted with a nasty parasite. Respond fast. Don't just think about it and not say
Is is bees poop honey? Is that what they do?
Marika, can we get a
No,
numbers
they-
crunch on that?
I'm pretty sure they throw up honey.
Yeah, it's like
They throw up
saliva.
honey. So then what do they poop?
I would love to know. I also am really stuck on sunflowers act as a medicine for parasites. So they're eating the sunflower pollen. It's going through their little systems.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
just fully
pooping.
defecate like normal.
So it's
Hel-
not
healthy.
pooping a lot. It's just like, cleaning their system, I guess.
No, sunflowers specifically make them poop a lot. And that's good.
They like it.
Here's
Mm.
why.
Healthy honeybee poop is yellow in color and is somewhat sticky.
Like honey.
No.
This is disgusting. I don't want to talk about that. Here we go.
You
Full
brought it
screen.
up.
Can we get a numbers crunch on if it is saliva or if it is their spit?
What'd you just say?
Nothing.
Can we get a numbers crunch on if Amir hates Italians?
From
What
who?
I don't hate Italians. What could the number be?
Number
What
what?
is that, like on a scale or something?
Here's how much sleep you actually need according to experts. As an adult, you need 7 hours. No less.
This is
Ideally,
news.
7 to 9.
Isn't this like we've known this for
Yeah, industry
Generations.
average, 7 to
Right.
9.
But I guess I wanted to bring it up and be like, what are your guys' sleeping habits?
oh, okay. I
Never
usually
mind.
get like 6 hours.
6. That's not
Yeah.
7.
It's not enough.
Not enough hours in the day.
It's really good. Do you have an alarm?
Yeah, I have several.
I see. I like
Every
the
15 minutes.
I like to
Ooh, I
sleep.
got you beat.
sounds alarm.
What do you do? 5?
Yeah. My alarm app is just fully in 5-minute increments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot. How far? Okay, so how deep do you get?
Yeah,
when
I'll show you my alarms.
So that's every 5 minutes for the entire day, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
then-
every alarm I've ever set, really.
Yeah,
but
I
it
don't
is
really
Yeah.
delete them.
Got it.
Same.
So like when it's time to wake up at 8 a.m., are you doing like every 5 minutes between 7:30 and 8:30, or how does that
Same.
work?
If I needed to be out of bed by 8 a.m., I'd probably do the like 15 minutes, so like
Same.
45. But if I usually wake up at 8, so I usually do like 8 to 8:15 is when my alarms go off. And it's not, it's less of a, I do it because I am anxious that I will oversleep, but I never oversleep.
Exactly. I feel that.
You've never overslept ever?
No, I mean I have, but
Me too. I have
it's not
before.
like a common enough occurrence where like that is like to stop me from oversleeping. It's just
Mhm.
like I'm worried that like one day maybe it'll happen again.
It'll happen again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've overslept. I've been late for stuff because of that, and that's what
Me
made
too.
me like up the number of alarms that I set
Yeah.
just to make sure I get out of there. You know.
I get that.
Yeah. The last time I overslept was when I was at Le Mans, and I set like 3 alarms to go off every 5 minutes. And my friend, who like we were sharing a tent, we both were like, we're gonna take a nap and wake up in a few hours. Never woke, like I
Yeah.
kept like turning off the alarms,
Right.
and he was like, you just like let them play. And I was like,
Yeah.
you could have like shaken me awake. What do you
No,
mean?
yeah,
Jeff,
Well, I
this
see
is
both
the
sides.
topic.
I
You brought
hate-
this topic up. You
And
wanted
keep
to hear us
saying,
talk
"Yeah, I'm
about
right."
us
Yeah.
sleeping, and you're mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. I'm saying I relate.
How?
How?
Yeah,
Because
to the tent
sometimes
story specifically.
when I'm tired, I do the same thing. I set the 5-minute alarm increments. But if I wake up and I didn't get enough sleep, I will just be like, oh, and then like, snooze, snooze, snooze. And then suddenly they start all overlapping, right? Within 5 seconds, you have like 8 different alarms from the hour going off all at once, which is what what Marika was saying.
Yeah,
And then if friends don't wake me
No.
up, I'm pissed.
right.
So yes,
Sure.
me as well.
Hmm. Definitely.
Okay.
Major Keeler, take everything on this show with a grain of salt and proceed with reverence/caution. From hence here forth. Nice.
A grain of salt, Bay.
A New York Times article recently did a story on Luddite teens that don't want your likes. These bookworm Brooklynites have ditched social media and iPhones for journaling and flip phones. So my question to y'all is, what are your thoughts? And also, would you guys do a Luddite week with me for this show, where I provide y'all with a flip phone, take your iPhone, and you have to sign out of all your social media so you don't even get the notifications, right? So it's like you living like it's 2001.
You know, I've kind of been thinking about this and how kids these days are growing up with iPhones have already been invented, right?
Yeah.
Like they have, it's all they would know. So I think they're going to grow up and make their kids not be online, or they're going to like I think we're going to circle back. This makes sense to me. Like that we're going to circle back around to people actively trying to not be online.
Yeah. Amir left.
Yeah. I want to say that I would do it, but I don't think I could actively like agree to. I think I could like fall into it. I don't think it would be as bad as I feel like it would be. I think I'd be able to get through it, but I don't want to give my phone away.
All right. So Casey's on board. I don't think Amir would do it. I think Jake would do it. So it's me, Casey, Jake, and maybe like
Amir in the
fucking-
chat says he's out.
Yeah. Maybe Anya would do it.
I am genuinely trying to think if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with it.
With what?
With Anya doing it.
Oh.
That's a good point. Amir said he could still use it on your computer.
I started rewatching James Cameron's movies in preparation for Avatar: The Way of Water.
How's that going?
It's going great. I watched the Terminator movies. Amazing.
There's on one of my favorite TV shows, Future Man, there's a really good episode where the characters break into James Cameron's house. Highly recommend. It's really funny. A lot of good jokes.
In the chat, Amir says T2 is the GOAT. I gotta agree with that. I haven't gotten to the Abyss yet.
Y'all,
Amir
I haven't
wrote
watched
that in
any
the
of
chat.
the Terminator movies.
Today's a very special day.
The Terminator movies are great.
When people are listening
You
to
gotta
this,
check them out.
I can't
January
believe you're
6th,
doing this. Yeah.
2023,
Yeah.
the 2-year anniversary of, the insurrection. And it's interesting to think about, what this means for our country. And also, we're a bunch of, left-leaning liberal cucks. So I wonder if, we could just play house for a second. White House specifically, or I guess the Capitol building. But it's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure game that I've come up with of what you would have done if you were in D.C. on January 6th. Are you guys ready?
This song is so loud, I could barely hear what you just said.
Same.
I said I've created a quick choose-your-own-adventure game for what you would have done if you were in D.C. on January 6th and a part of the mob.
I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to storm the Capitol.
Yeah. You have to. In this scenario, you have to.
Okay.
Why do I have to?
Yeah, are we being
Marika,
forced
you don't have
to?
to. Actually, just Casey has to do it. Okay, here we go.
Well,
Am I being forced
you've
to do it, or do I
already
believe in it?
You've already said that
I'm
I
asking
was
you.
there.
That's true.
So, and I would like to know also if we're being forced.
Isn't it also Katie Moose's birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday,
Which
Katie.
I think was the only reason she wasn't in DC in 2021. Here we go. Fuck you guys. So I'm gonna give multiple choice answers for how your January 6th would have gone if it was 2021 and you were in DC and you were part of it. Number 1, how far did you travel from, or where did you travel from? These are your options. A, the monolithically white regions of the Pacific Northwest, like East Washington State. B, Geoff's hometown in Ohio, Sugar Falls. C, surprisingly nearby. Or D, Jackson Heights, Queens.
So I'm not even myself in this scenario?
No, you're Casey Donahue, but there's a photo that surfaces of holy shit, is that Casey? He was there. And then this is the backstory there.
Let's go with A.
The monolithically white regions of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, sure.
Brownlee?
I'll go with surprisingly nearby.
All right, so you were staying at Watergate. All right, here we go. What are you wearing? A, army fatigues despite never having served. B, like you're going to play paintball after this. C, Native American headdress. Or D, just a truly really bad outfit. Really poor fitting jeans. Arctex or whatever that jacket company is. And
So not high end.
I don't know. It just always looks bad. Or no, Spider. That's what I was thinking. And then some really stupid shoes.
Well, it truly could never be me.
Yeah.
I'm too drippy. But I
Put that
I love
on the out of context Twitter, please.
That thing stopped doing shit, I feel like. He hasn't done it since October.
Yeah, that's true.
I love gear, so let's do the paintball one.
Okay. Marika? Brownlee?
Let's go army fatigues. I'll wear my dad's old Vietnam War clothing.
Pick your weapon. An American flag on a pole, an AR-15, the speaker's podium, or pure white rage.
Can I add a weapon?
Yeah. Amir's been answering these. These are his answers so far.
Yeah.
Just a really bad outfit and gun. All caps.
I'm gonna go recurve bow and arrows.
Yeah. And when you say recurved, you mean it was originally a perfect bow and arrow and then it was recurved into a flat stick.
Yeah. It's kind of like a harp at this point.
Donahue?
This is a tough one. I would feel like I would want something in my hands. Because I feel
Sometimes
like
you
I'm
don't know
doing
what
it
to
for
do with your
country.
hands.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I got to go with the American flag on a pole. I feel like it would be if I'm like photographed in my paintball gear,
Yeah.
carrying an American flag going into the Capitol. It'd be a sick photo.
I agree.
I'm just imagining Amir in a in a really bad outfit with a gun.
Yeah, keep imagining it. I'll fucking show up at Headgum East in the spider jacket and a goddamn Glock. If you keep talking your shit, I really might go postal.
Service.
What are like ugly shoes that you're wearing?
Good
Like,
question.
New
Reeboks.
Balances are too cool. Yeah, I was thinking Reeboks
I was thinking
too.
Allbirds.
And my
Anybody-
gun is Nature Box. Everything I wear is podcast sponsored.
Soylent tea.
Soylent Tea is
Bird
people.
dog shorts.
It's like a
And
grenade
Squarespace
Soylent
hat.
tossing soy milk over everyone.
It's the powder.
Pick your target. AOC, the Capitol Police, Mike Pence, or Barron Trump. I personally would love to tabletop Barron Trump down the Capitol stairs.
Tabletop.
Yeah, it's like, somebody leans down, gets on all fours behind him, and then the other person like pushes him, and then he runs into your body, which is like on all fours.
bridge.
Yeah, the low bridge in a way. And then he kind of cartoonishly falls down Capitol Hill symbolically.
It's good. He's a teenager, so I wouldn't
And
actually
then
advocate hitting him.
imagine the
I thought it was-
memes that would be like Jason Derulo fell down at the Met Gala, but it's Barron Trump fell down at the January 6th insurrection. That'd be fun.
That's
good.
funny.
I don't think you thought it was funny. No one really laughed.
Well, we have to move on. Pick your target. AOC, Capitol Police, Mike Pence, or Barron Trump.
I would
I'm
be a
confused
fly on Mike
by-
Pence's hairdo.
That's funny.
That's good.
Thank you.
I'll take down the police.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too. But I think I'm gonna target AOC and I'm gonna do the old Terminator, come with me if you want to live, and I was actually a good guy the whole time.
Oh,
That's
you're
really
saving
cool.
her? That's
I'm
really
saving
cool.
her, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can go back to Jackson Heights.
Yeah.
Pick your
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Pick your sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Presidentially pardoned. 63 months in prison. No prison time, but you're fired from your job. Or you injure your genitals so bad trying to break into the Capitol that you eunuch yourself.
This is a really weird cosmopolitan quiz we're taking.
Yeah.
Which insurrectionist are you?
Exactly right.
You're
That would have been
evil
better,
guy.
actually.
Yeah.
Which insurrectionist are you?
Didn't we already do that though? Jeff showed us a bunch of photos of them. Why do we talk about this so much?
We
Is
Jeff
January
brings
the
it up.
1 year or the 2 year or the 3 year anniversary?
It's
of
the
this thing?
2 year. We did Price is Right, or Price is Alt
sentencing.
Right with
Yeah.
and then it was guessing the time of sentencing. Should we just say fuck it for this segment then? What do you guys want from me?
Well,
I thought
I'm
it was
gonna
kind of funny.
finish-
We're
I'm gonna
almost
finish it
done.
out. We're
How
almost
many
done.
questions are
That
left?
was the last one.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
63
take
months.
62 months.
Yes. A little over 5 years.
I'll go with lose my job.
Really?
Because then I could do a conservative podcast and probably make
Yeah,
a
that's
lot more
true.
money.
I would love to see
Way
Casey
too
turn to.
drippy.
I think there should be a Donna coin.
Donna?
Plugs.
I
What do
don't
you
know
guys
how to
have
make
going
a
on?
crypto. What do we got going on plan wise?
Amir, you looked at me like that's it.
That was an anticlimactic ending for a podcast that already lacked any pop. That was a
And
waste
that was
of.
pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were
You
sitting on
spent
the
half of
toilet
it in
for
the
5
in the
minutes.
bathroom.
That's
yeah.
true. I did spend a lot of it in the bathroom. But I had to prioritize number 1. Or should I say number 2?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny to spend 5 minutes out of a 45-minute podcast shitting.
Well, I didn't say that. You guys did. I was, but I never actually explained where I was going. I just said to the bathroom. That could have been anything.
Yeah, but then you
So
also
it's a
just
number
said
3.
that you're prioritizing number 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I get
That's
that.
2. That's 2.
That's poo. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I guess let's round it out with a couple more major key alerts. I'm gonna do a round robin of this and just see what comes out. Major key alert. Don't spend too much time gifting for the holidays or birthdays. It's like first thought, best thought. And when you overthink it, you end up giving someone like way too much shit, or like something where it's like, well, I thought this, and then I thought this because of this, and then this because of this. And then it's like, oh, thanks. Well, that was thoughtful, but this gift like isn't anything. Major key alert. When you're dealing with someone at work who's sort of like not it, you know, they're not really him. You know, I think there's at least 2 examples of that on this Zoom. One of them's me. The other one's probably Marika, if I'm being honest. I would advise patience because you never really know what someone else is dealing with.
Yeah.
Major key alert. I would say that flowers can brighten up anyone's day, even if they're not like a flowers person. Somebody gave me flowers the other day and I was like, holy shit, this actually is pretty nice to have. And I put them on ice in a bag. Major key alert. One of the most expensive details in an apartment is the windows, right? So like you can either elevate your space, or if you're like, you know, you own a duplex and you want to cut back costs on the other unit, you can put shitty windows in there, but then also you have to charge rent accordingly. You know what I mean? But landlords aren't necessarily ideal. Major key alert. It's important to invest in lifetime pieces, right? So like I have these 2 lamps here. They're vintage and they're pretty friggin' awesome. I don't know.
You're
what
gonna
else to
sell
say.
them in 2 years.
Major key alert. People don't get let in. They earn it, right? So emotionally, like you can't just expect to have trust with someone that they will open up to you right away. Like it's going to be.
I also want to go back to the windows. If you
I'm a very
can you hit
open
major
person.
can you
But
hit
it's
major
still
key
like,
alert?
yeah, I'll hit major key alert from Marika.
If you don't have double pane windows, they're not insulated, and you are trying to cut costs on heating during the winter, can I suggest putting up some foam along the line of the window, the pane of the window? You can also get some.
Casey and Amir are switching off, just texting gun in the chat.
I think this is the
Major key
year
alert.
we finally lose our shit.
Really?
As a society. It's
In
all,
what way?
yeah. We're all going a little fucking nuts at this point. Like, enough is enough. This is a prison sentence. And
Mhm.
people are going to just start snapping.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm not paying another $23 for a salad. All right. Like, that ends
That's your
today.
problem.
Yeah.
Not that like we're still in a pandemic because people can't fucking put on a mask for 5 minutes of their
It's
day.
the salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you how to feel. Send your friends gifts whether they're convenient for them or not, right? So
You
like
just said
put
don't
some
spend a lot
thought
of time
into
on
like what
gifting.
can I send to Amir? What can I order for him that's going to be sitting out on his stoop for a year?
No.
Can you
Major
get
key
major
alert.
key alert?
Yeah.
If you go to the Pandora World in Disney, I suggest not waiting in line 45 minutes to go on Navi's river journey. If it's a 5-minute wait, sure, go on it, sit on a boat, but it's not worth your time. Go on Everest instead, single rider line. I got on in 3 minutes, easy peasy.
All right,
Let's
this is going to lob you in Marika's.
Let's all take a beat right now because I feel like it's not going to be ending anytime soon. We can do the plugs. We can get out of here. We'll all go take a nap. Not together,
I
obviously.
can't. I'm seeing Avatar, a 3-hour movie.
You will be falling asleep. Yeah.
Plugs. Casey, what do you got?
You can follow me anywhere online at Casey Donahue, Letterboxd, Twitter. Listen to the Pit Wall, an F1 podcast for casual fans. It's the off season. Catch up on the episodes, and then you can watch Drive to Survive on Netflix and know who all the characters are.
Follow us on Instagram because I'm still posting dumb shit there.
Yeah.
Okay, Bloomer on TikTok. Blumenfeld out.
Also my normal plugs. Follow me at Marika on Letterboxd, trying to get to 1,000, almost at 700. Let's go. I gotta be a movie influencer, guys.
If you get to 1,000, will you watch and review White Lotus season 2?
I don't
That's a TV
review
show, not a
shows
movie.
on Letterboxd because I don't want my stats to get fucked up.
Yeah, I think that's blasphemous.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. That was a test.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too, for
also, plugging the fact that I will be in LA the week after this comes out because
Headgum Happy
we have
Hour.
a Headgum Happy Hour show
Holy
on
shit.
January 12th in LA.
UCB
Yeah,
Franklin.
and I'd like to
UCB.
I'd like to plug. I'm gonna be in New York a week after that
For the other Headgum
for the
show.
other Headgum show.
Yeah. The
At
27th?
Caveat.
Yeah.
Yes, January 27th.
At Geoff Boyardi on Twitter, at Jeffrey James on Instagram. And also, the first episode of Review that I'm not on came out 3 days ago. So go listen to that. And yeah, Alfred's very funny. It's going to be a funny episode. I know the topic that they did, but I haven't heard it yet. So come along with me and listen to that. And
Love
Riley and I are performing at the Headgum Happy Hour that Marika just mentioned. We're doing a live review bit, sort of a send-off. So
At the
Come
LA
out.
one.
at the LA one,
Yeah,
January 12th. So come out for that.
beautiful.
And let's end it out with 7 more major key alerts. Major key alert. Every time there's a turning of the season or a change of the tides, it's good to keep everything closed except for your thighs, right? So don't open up your mind to new ideas during periods of change. Just don't get changed. Be nude and have your ass spread. Actually, I think that kind of counts for. Oh, this is the second one. Here we go. Major key alert. When you're friends with someone like Marika, it's important to sort of check in and make sure that you guys are good, right? I make a point on probably a weekly basis to be like, Marika, is there anything I can do, to foster communication, to foster joy in our friendship? And she doesn't usually respond. Major key alert. When you have glands, don't neglect them. Wank. Major key alert. Don't forget to experiment with your cooking, right? If you cook at home, which obviously everyone probably should be most of the time, it's important to, try new things, tie that yarn, let's fucking make a sauce that no one's ever made before. Major key alert. One of my favorite things to do is to read about times of yore. But I think that one of my New Year's resolution is to read more modern books. Major key alert. Change it up, fashion-wise. Don't be afraid to wear those, don't be afraid to wear that hat in 2023. Major key alert. Paint a yard. 2023 is going to be a huge year for the show. We've got a lot of ideas. I've got a lot of ideas. So stay tuned, tell your friends, and look out for some announcements maybe. That's Dawes.
That was a Headgum original.